Exactly. Cats are so weird.
Why are you watching cat videos? Are you even reading that?
Yeah, no, I'm still reading it, yeah. That's fascinating, isn't it?
Get out.
These places are long dead, yet their essence remains. Ruins, to me, have always felt like a massive part of Tolkien's vision, remnants of a resplendent past. And I think in Peter Jackson's films, we are treated to the ruins of Gondor's past. So we're going to make this in 10mm for War of the Ring, which is a version of Warmaster modified for the factions of Middle-earth. But before I glue it all together, I want to do some dry brushing. And this is just so that I can access areas that once it's glued together will be very hard to get to. You could probably glue this together and it would be fine. You know, you could say that the inside's in shadow or whatever. But I wanted to do it this way just because it's so small. So we're starting with Mechanicus Grey and we're just dry brushing pretty much all over, generally from in a downward motion. I printed these on my resin printer, by the way, and the STLs are from a set called Arkenfell, and they're all amazing. They have full buildings as well, so I'll leave a link in my description to that. And when I say full version, I mean non-ruined, like this house I'm working on here has a non-ruined version, and it's amazing. Corax White now, we're just sort of moving up towards a lighter grey look, really, and we'll be, even if this gets really, really bright, we'll be bringing this down with the weathering and the washes later. Look at that, a bit wobbly, but it's not glued, so, you know, don't judge. If I sound extra depressed, it's because I've just had gastric flu, so you didn't need to know that. Look at that, though. That's better than flu, probably. And, yeah, brown. Usually my least favourite thing to be painting, but, you know, I'm just dry brushing on brown. You can't argue with that. Well, you can literally argue with anything. It's the internet. God's sake. Just catching this door here. So, here we go, time to glue. I'm going to make it slightly less boring. There we go. And then that one there. Yep, that's fine. It's time for Sterling Mud. I love Sterling Mud. I'm having a lot of fun with it at the minute. I'm just slopping it on all sorts of stuff. It's great at filling gaps and creating grime and putting texture on bases. And I'm doing all of those tasks at once here. So yeah, it's looking proper mucky and nasty now. Same on the statue and on the house. And also I wanted to make these tiles blue. Wasn't blue enough, so I went with a dry brush of LOTR blue. I wanted to give them something, a little bit of a detail of their resplendent past and match it up with the colour scheme that I have for my Gondor army as it is. I also did this little orb here as well. A little bit different from the usual canon Gondor colours, but it's just a colour scheme that I like, and it's my army. So, and here we're just doing some leopard spotting, spots of orange and green and brown, and then we'll do an overall dark wash, and this will bring it all together, and then same across the board. Now a final dry brush of all the masonry with a warm white to make it all pop. I started to think about how I can take this all further, but before I could get there, I felt a force pulling upon me. I'm here again. Really could do without this, to be fair.
You're not helping in this situation.
Look, mate, I'm meant to be in that other world doing a YouTube video. It's kind of like you use this device. It's kind of like a looking glass that records memories and sound and vision and a point in time, and then you sort of rejiggle that chronologically and reformat that and put it out on this invisible network. It's more complicated than magic, to be fair. Magic's quite simple.
Can you leave now? My dog Ruff needs his food of human meat and bones.
Sorry, you've got a dog called Ruff. What you got? You got a cat called Meow Meow.
Ruff ain't meow meow.
Huh? Really? Oh, that's really sad. Sorry, that's really bad. That is really bad. That's really bad. Look, mate, I know it's got to be hard, stuck in a pocket dimension that's an endless loop of the Minas Tirith library, dealing with, you know, meandering wizards and acolytes of all different types, coming and going through the vortex, this and that. But, you know, I level with you. Yeah? I can't even control this thing. So, you know, what do you want me to do? Do you know what I mean? I know you want to get... You what?
Make me report you to the Council of the Vortex. But seriously, I don't care either way.
Look, we don't need to... Look, I know what I took from them. I know what I took. I know I had no business being on council territory, I know. But it chose me. I had no power over it, as I have no power over it now, and I know you don't have a choice either. But we don't need to involve them. Anyway, look, mate, how am I supposed to get home?
Take this. It is the map of the vortex, except it is incomplete. There's somebody after you. And I know his name, but it's very long. Do you mind? Like staying a bit longer, actually.
Nah, you know, like long names are quite boring, and I'd quite like to get back now. I've got this, so you know, no worries. Bye.
Hey, wait.
Oh, okay, actually, that's pretty good. Welcome to the Vortex, sort of a pocket dimension between pocket dimensions. If you like this video so far, it'd really help the channel if you liked and subscribed. If you'd like to help the channel further, I have a Patreon where you can access an exclusive Discord. We talk about hobby things and all sorts of things, to be fair. And a massive thank you to my current Patreons. Honestly, guys, thank you so much. Without you, I can't make these videos. And this week, I've been ill and there's been some other things going on. It's been a horrible week, so thank you so much. And should we get back to making stuff? Yeah, go on, come on.
So all along I'd been making this as something to add in the background of my 10mm orc video, which I'll link at the end of this one so you can have a look. So I did it to this halfway point, and you could totally leave it here, using the vanilla prints as they are, but just putting some basic material on. As I said at the start, I wanted to take this further, so I found these bits of shiny plastic. I don't know what they are. My mate Linus gave them to me ages ago to use as something else. Sorry, Linus, but also thank you. I'm going to use these as bases now. I measured this with my usual ruler, and I'm going to cut this one a little bit smaller so it just fits the house. I used this saw, it was a nightmare. And then I came up with this idea of making some spricks, some sprubble. Now I started to decide how I wanted everything to be laid out, and this is what happened. It's not very good, obviously. I'll make it better than that. And also I had this spare roof, I decided to paint that, put it in the rubble, the sprubble, the spricks. I don't know. Let me know which one you prefer, spricks, sprubble, or if you don't care, whatever. The layout was starting to look pretty cool, and I just had to fill some of these gaps with sprubble first, just lots of super glue and sprubble. And yeah, and then I ran out of super glue, and all I had was Uhu glue. Uhu glue. But that's cool. We're going to use that to our advantage to fill up a lot of gaps and things, and make things generally less squarey, and you know, hide this button. And there we go. We're looking pretty good. We're getting there, which is, you know, good. This was an interesting decision. I think with my sick brain, I thought, yeah, Uhu glue, put that under there. That'll be fine. That will definitely not be a weird problem later. But yeah. First off, we're going to be dry brushing, same as before, but we're just picking up all the sprubble, the spricks, and the pavement. And again, Sterling mud, going to use this pretty liberally. I should probably make my own version of this, probably easily mix some basic materials with some brown paint and create something very similar. But anyway, it's looking like this. And now completely pointless dry brush with lighter brown, because it'll be covered up later. And now here's the problem with Uhu glue. It expands, so obviously it warped it and pulled the pieces apart. But it is a ruin, and now it's just a bit more, well, ruined, you know. So I'll put some brown on it. I do think if a building like this had lost most of its centre and supporting parts, it probably would start doing this kind of thing. You know, cue all of the architects in the comments saying absolutely not, and that's fair enough. Anyway, so PVA and basing materials. So this is the usual sterilised mud from my drive, and then we're sprinkling over a green mix of various scatter, and then some red bits to look like autumnal leaves or something. And then I need to leave it to dry. There is something really different about 10mm terrain, and it's not just that it's smaller, and I think that plays a part, but there's just something better about it, and I can't really explain it. My only gripe about this is that I don't have as much as I'd like. I'd like to quadruple this at least, so I have a complete set for use on the tabletop. I've been learning lots about Warcry, and the more I read, the more I like it. Often I find that these games, these new ones, you read the rules and you read the same rule over and over again, and you end up getting confused and put off. But that's not the case with this, and I'm really excited to try War of the Ring, which, as I said earlier, is the Middle-earth version of the game. But until then, here's 2 more entrance points to the Vortex.